Alright, listen here. There are a lot of insane people in Borderlands. Psychos, bandits, cannibals, people who use explosives like seasoning. But somehow, one man has still managed to feel completely unhinged compared to everybody else. Crazy Earl. The screaming junkyard goblin that somehow survived almost every major event in Borderlands history. And the craziest part? We still barely know anything about this dude. Why does he live in junkyards? Why does he scream at everybody? Why does he hoard Eridium like a Dragon Garden treasure? And most importantly, why does he always sound like he's 2 seconds away from committing a felony? So today, we're diving deep into the complete history of Crazy Earl, because this man secretly might be one of the weirdest characters Gearbox has ever created. Welcome back to Father Gore Academy. Please do not approach the shack unless you brought skag meat and emotional support. Crazy Earl first appears in the original Borderlands living in Earl's scrapyard, basically a giant trash fortress in the middle of Pandora, and immediately, you can tell this dude is not mentally stable. His entire compound is barricaded with explosive jump piles and enough defenses to make it look like the apocalypse already happened twice. Which honestly, on Pandora, that's probably fair. Earl became isolated after getting his hands on a fragment of the original vault key, one of the pieces needed to open the vault. And the second word got out that he had it, bandits started showing up non-stop trying to kill him for it, including Crumb, one of the nastiest bandit leaders on Pandora. Now this is where things get weird, because Patricia Tannis apparently traded Earl the vault key fragment and possibly her underwear too. Yeah, classic Borderlands writing. Tannis literally tells you the details of that transaction are unimportant, which makes it sound way more important. And honestly, the relationship between Earl and Tannis explains a lot, because both of them are basically social broken goblins surviving off paranoia, chaos, and questionable life choices. And they honestly fit Pandora perfectly. Here's the thing, Earl isn't crazy in the normal Borderlands way. He's not psycho mask insane, he's paranoid survivalist insane. This man literally turned his scrapyard into a fortress because everybody wanted what he had. And honestly, he survived because of it. Earl trusts absolutely nobody. He screams at everybody. He talks like every conversation is ruining his day. And somehow, he keeps surviving while way more powerful characters die around him. Which means under all this screaming and skag meat, Crazy Earl might actually be smarter than everybody thinks. By the time Borderlands 2 happens, Crazy Earl has moved into Sanctuary and starts running the black market. This is where he becomes legendary, because now he's a guy selling SGU upgrades in exchange for Eridium. And every single interaction with him feels like you interrupted a homeless raccoon trying to file taxes. You walk up to his little door and immediately get screamed at. What you want? And honestly, that line alone made Earl iconic. Half the Borderlands community can hear the scream perfectly in their heads right now. Now, there's actually a pretty popular theory in the community that Earl's exposure to Eridium slowly made him more unstable over time, because Eridium affects people differently throughout the series. Some characters gain power, some go insane, some become obsessed with vault technology, and Earl, brother, basically became a goblin merchant fueled entirely by screaming and purple rocks, which honestly tracks by Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. He's completely obsessed with rare materials, upgrades, and hoarding resources. The dude basically evolves into Pandora's angriest crypt keeper, and honestly, I kinda respect the grind. Then in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Earl moves to Elpis, Pandora's moon, and starts running the black market there too. Except now instead of Eridium, he wants moonstones, because apparently Earl will accept literally any rare glowing rock if it means yelling at customers for profit. This man somehow turned being antisocial into a business model. And honestly, that's entrepreneurship right there, guys. By the time Borderlands 3 rolls around, Crazy Earl is still alive somehow. Still angry, still screaming, still hoarding rare currency. Except now he's running the cargo bay in Sanctuary 3. And honestly, at this point, Earl feels less like a normal character and more like a cursed cryptid that appears every game to scream at vault hunters and steal shiny rocks. The crazy part is, he's one of the few original Pandora characters that survived almost the entire franchise, which is honestly impressive, considering Borderlands kills people constantly. Now here's where Crazy Earl's story gets even more insane, because in Borderlands 4, Earl isn't just some crusty little black market goblin yelling through a door anymore. Nope. This man has officially leveled up into Crazed Earl, a full boss encounter in the story pack 1, Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned. You find him in Bloodstained Hollow, and yes, after years of screaming, "What you want?" at Vault Hunters, we finally get to answer with bullets. That is a character development. And the wildest part? He even has his own dedicated loot pool now, including the Crazed Earl Pearlescent shotgun, plus other drops like Scoot and Shoot on Barbara. So Crazy Earl went from paranoid junkyard merchant to Eridium hoarding black market gremlin to an actual boss fight. That might be the most Borderland career path possible. And honestly, I think fans love Earl because he feels like pure, unapologetic Borderlands chaos. He's dirty, he's paranoid, he's loud, he's awkward, and after surviving nearly the entire franchise, this man finally evolved into a full-blown boss fight, which honestly feels perfect. Crazy Earl started out as a weird screaming junkyard merchant hiding behind metal doors, and somehow became one of the most recognizable characters in Borderlands history. The dude hoards glowing rocks, screams at everybody, trusts absolutely nobody, and somehow survived Pandora through pure paranoia and spite. That's legendary. And the reason people still love him after all these years, because Earl represents classic Borderlands energy perfectly. Chaotic, weird, uncomfortable, funny, dangerous. The second you hear "what you want," you instantly know exactly what universe you're in. And honestly, turning Crazy Earl into an actual raid boss might be one of the most Borderlands decisions Gearbox has ever made. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you absolutely destroy that like button before Crazy Earl starts charging us Eridium to leave comments. Let me know down below what your favorite Borderlands NPC of all time is. And if you want to keep up with all the Borderlands lore, legendary breakdowns, hidden secrets, builds, and complete Vault Hunter chaos, join the Father Gore Academy on YouTube. And pull up to the TikTok too. We got way more Borderlands history coming.